So this is Vale Wildlife Hospital in rural Gloucestershire, a small charity which takes in more than 4,000 wild animals each year and aims to rehabilitate them and return them to the countryside.
This is a fox that was brought into us by the RSPCA a few days ago. He was actually tangled up in a football net. This guy will be checked by the vet tomorrow and then hopefully deemed fit for release.
Is this a badger?
This is a badger.
Oh, badgers are my favourite.
Unfortunately, he took a dip in the canal. I think he was either chased possibly by a dog or something and just didn't realise the canal was there and went straight in. But when the RSPCA got there, he'd actually got himself out of the cow and it was just stood on the side shivering, but was obviously very wet. So we've checked him over and the vet's checked for sort of fluid on the lungs and everything. There's no sign of anything. So again, hopefully he will be deemed fit for release very shortly. We can get him back out where he belongs.
Hello.
It's too late. I warn you now, she nips. She doesn't bite, but she does. She sometimes nips.
Has a little nibble.
Just like that, yeah.
I've never touched a fox before, so that's okay.
She just thinks she's a pet, or one of us wants to interact with us, and that's just the way she was brought up. I mean, last year we reared and released, I think it was 21 fox cubs, all of which went back to the wild because they didn't become imprinted. And the main reason for that was we had them all in together, and the pen behind this one is where all our wild cubs would go. And the only time they see people again is for feeding and cleaning routines, so they don't become imprinted.
Anybody who loves animals can't resist something like a cute little fox cub, but you have to try. I must say that all of us fall by the wayside sometimes when it comes to that, but you've got to try your best because they'll become what's known as imprinted. They'll be reliant on people. And if you get to that stage with a wild animal in the rearing process, then there's no going back. They'll never be releasable.
So this ball of prickles looks very firmly asleep.
Well, this one came in on the 20th of January. He was only 461 grams. He was out in the day, which is always a sign that there's a problem with a hedgehog, because obviously they're nocturnal, they're supposed to be asleep in the day. And because he was probably dehydrated, we always give them fluids when they come in, just to be on the safe side. He's also had, we also treat them routinely for lungworm as well when they come in. And as you can see, he's gone up from 461 grams on the 20th of January. He's now 915. So he's put on quite a lot of weight.
That's quite hefty, isn't it, for a hedgehog?
They can go over a kilo. We've got some bigger ones than that here.
With all the animals we've got in, all the hedgehogs in particular we've got in, they eat an awful lot of good quality cat and dog food. They like the best. So we're getting through about, at this time of year, about 600 tins a week.
Well over 600 tins of pet food a week costs money, and donations to this small charity have fallen by a third because of the recession. The hospital hopes that if animal lovers can't afford to donate cash, they may send in tins of pet food instead.
Oh, releasing them back is fantastic, because you know that that animal, if you hadn't been there to help it and put it back, it wouldn't have survived. And the human being causes most of the problems to wildlife. Most of the injuries we see are caused by people, not necessarily intentionally, but they're caused by people in one way or another. And to put them back out in the wild fit and well is the best feeling.
Hello, Timmy. This is Timmy the sheep, who's the lawnmower for the Wildlife Hospital, and he keeps the grass clean. But also, rather bizarrely, there's Scylla the emu, who was another animal in distress, who, when she came here, she couldn't walk at all. So obviously Scylla won't be re-released into the wild because she's not British. She belongs in Australia. So I think she's here for good. Hello, Scylla. I like your eyes. They're beautiful.